Right. Now. Hello. Welcome. No time has passed. I just finished Daggerfall, the main story of Daggerfall, and I've decided that I've got some time left, so I am going to spend it going around and having a look at some things on the map, which are kind of oddities. They're already known, but I would just like to show them off, as it were. This is going to be a separate video for the purposes of YouTube, just so that if people wish to watch it on its own, then it will be split from the main from the rest of the video. Right. Now, I have 3 things, I think, in mind, which I'm going to check up. If I look at them on the map, there is... What are they? Okay, there's this island here, Cybiades, which is very tiny, and it's its own province. However, you'll notice I have all these active, and there's nothing on it, so you can't actually go here by fast travel. You have to travel there on foot. So, you're just going to ask about this? The island, or what I'm doing? I'm going to be spending the time looking around at a few things. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be traveling there. Don't worry, I'm going to be using cheats, so it's not going to take as long as all that. The island. Yeah, it's interesting. There is actually something on the island, but anyway, it's still raining. It's been raining since I just traveled from Daggerfall. Okay, what's the time? 24, okay. Actually, I'll have to move out of this area because we're in, like, someone's house, aren't we? I'll have to sleep in the, wilderness. We'll rest for, like, 13 hours. So that it's hopefully stopped raining and it's day. Nope. Successful backstab. Get out of here. They're like those damn thieves in Oblivion. Alright, hand over your goods. And I'll spare your life. Look, look at what I'm wearing. Are you serious about this? I don't care. I'm also wearing Daedric armor. I was an assassin. No. People are upset. 5 hours. Okay, so we want to get to Cybiades here. Cybiades? Cybiades? And we're currently down here in Sentinel. And we have to basically go straight north across the sea here. This is going to take a bit. Not as long as you'd think, though. Because if I press 1, I can increase my speed. Way! I have cheats activated. So we're going to be running as fast as possible across the land. It's still going to take a little while. Oh, yeah. Huff, 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 huff. I'm going to have to cast, like... where is it? Buoyancy. You can actually, like, jump across the surface of the water. So... It's like in Oblivion, where you can, like, really high acrobats can jump across the surface of water. You smell cheating? I'm not denying it, I am cheating. I mean, I don't think we all want to sit here for a few hours while I swim across the Iliac Bay. Don't say yes. I know some people will say yes. There's probably a video on YouTube of someone travelling across the entirety of Daggerfall. I think someone actually did that, and they said it took like 60-something hours. Anyway, this is just a little humor. This is just a little exploration bit I'm doing at the end, because I just finished the main quest of Daggerfall. people missed it, I'll upload it to my YouTube channel later on. Which is linked on my homepage on Twitch. It will not take longer than 1 hour 59 minutes. What's that? Traveling across Daggerfall. I might get tired and collapse before I get there. I do have artifact. I do have items to restore my fatigue. Seem to join late for streams. Well, I can't really start later because it's already late here. I said it would take 2 hours. Oh, did I? Oh well. Okay, where are we? Are we near there? I'm at... We're there. Okay. We're not there yet. I'll get this one out of the way, because the other ones are comparatively closer. Apparently it takes 6 weeks real time to go from one northwest corner of the map to northeast corner of the map. Yeah, the map is very big. I think it's like 30-something square miles. 30,000 square miles or something like that. It's ridiculously huge. Impressive, but, you know. Unity is better to have a look at these things because you can have a larger draw distance. And you can speed yourself up more. But barren. Yeah. It isn't infinite like in Arena. Arena, there's no point going outside the cities because it's just randomly generated terrain. So you can just wander forever and you'll never see anything else. But yeah. I mean, it's not barren. There is the towns and the small shacks and the castles and dungeons and all that all over the place. You know, it's not like there's nothing, but even with Unity, your chances of actually coming across something and seeing something is pretty low. I've wandered around the landscape in Unity and the dungeons really don't stand out that much. You're gonna pass by them. Even towns. Where is it? Inventory. Here we go. Links allowed? I don't think I have links activated on my chat. So, I'm sorry. It was a preventative measure for spamming, even if it's part 1 of 14 or someone walking across Daggerfall. Yeah. Okay. I think I'd have to start the stream again if I wanted to activate. So I was going to change that. Uh-oh. Takes an hour to real time to cross Skyrim, supposedly the largest province is Tamriel. Yeah, Oblivion and Skyrim are quite condensed. Even Morrowind is quite condensed from like the geographical size they're supposed to be, which I don't really mind. I mean, Skyrim's really dense. There's so much stuff everywhere that. But in a way, also, it's maybe a bit too dense because you don't really get into the wilderness. You're always going to come across someone's shack or a road or a dungeon or something like that. I mean, if anything, this gives a good sense of the scale of Daggerfall. It is stupidly huge. How far are we there? Oh, no, that's not right. Province, we want Sentinel. And no, not find. There is no place by that name on the map. Okay, we're nearly there. What the hell did you come back to? Jesus, sprinting across the ocean. We're exploring the island of Cybiades. Though we have to get there first. Finished the main quest, and now I'm having a look at some random sort of oddities around the map, which I know of in Daggerfall. There's probably a lot more, But these are at least 3 which I know of. I have actually looked at this place before. But should be coming across it sometime soon. I'm currently using a cheat which gives me a 1,000 speed? I think it's 1,000 speed. Oh, it doesn't show up on my character sheet. When you have cheats activated, you just press 1 on your keyboard and it increases it. There is one unmarked dungeon on it. Yes, there is. That is why we're going there. I think we're actually getting close. There's all these little lumps of, little bits of dirt around the place. Nazir Jabiri has overcome such obstacles. She's deserving of a bit of, I don't know, rest. If this can count as rest. Thank you, King of Worms, for the never tiring candle. Are you there yet? We should be. We're at there. Okay, we're nearly there. We're actually there. Now. I'm just going to look it up on the wiki. Because there's something about it that I need to know, otherwise we're probably going to go past it. Okay. So, yeah, we'll go further north a little bit. An important thing is that, if you want to go here yourself, is that the island as it appears on the map is actually off from where it's actually located in the game world. If we have a look on the map, and I press I'm at, we're actually here. And the island's over here. Now, if I went west, though, I don't believe the island would actually be there. The island is actually further east than it mentions. Than the map shows. So we have to actually go this way, I think, to get to it. Which is interesting. I actually wonder how much the map is off center by. I mean, if we don't reach it after a bit, then I'll just reload and go west. But it is off center, I do know that. Or it's not lined up with where the island's actually apparently located on the map. Could be there. I mean, I could do this another way by, Let me have a look at something. Where is it? Okay. There. Oh. Right. Actually reload and I'll go west. I mean, you know, how can we miss it? It's a massive island. If I truly can't find it, then I will just make all areas appear on the map and we'll just fast travel to the dungeon, because that's what we're going for anyway. There. Where are we? It says there. Let's go to where it says the island is. And oh, there we go. Ta-da! Are we actually on it now? No, you can see we're actually in the water, and it's not as far east as I thought it was. Yes, here's the island. And all of its like deserty wonderness. And there actually is just one thing on this entire island. And I don't know whether I'm actually going to... Oh! We're actually right near it. See a stack of firewood. Hold on. Go back a bit. Over here. Come on. Where was that? Actually, we might have that on our map now. Yes, we do. So here it is. The ruins of Kosh Hall. So there's an unmarked dungeon on the island, like a secret dungeon. I wouldn't go so far as saying a secret dungeon. I feel it's more just an oversight than anything else. Here it is, Ruins of Kosh Hall. As far as I know, there's nothing unique about this dungeon whatsoever. It's just a dungeon, and there's no way to get to it unless you travel here by foot. And it's a, I believe it's a human stronghold, so there's primarily, humanoid enemies in here. So I hear vampires. We'll just explore it a bit, and then I'll go into Daggerfall modeling and show the map as it is. How big is it? You can see it's actually a very substantial map. Dungeon. That's apparently filled with vampires and ghosts and everything. Wait. Oh, and we fell down. Yay. Thank you. Just coming through. Actually, let's not go too far into the dungeon because I have to make my way out, and there's other things which I'd like to see as well. An unintentional secret dungeon with nothing unique about it. Still makes it worth going to. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to it more because of the oddity than anything else. I'm positive there's other dungeons in Daggerfall which are like odd in some way. I did do a video on one, which I saw in another streamer's video. The dungeon called the Crypt of Standanius, which I think is in Anticlair. And that dungeon is messed up because like 3/4 of it you can't actually get to. Most of the dungeon is actually not accessible from the entrance. So if I go Ruins of Kosh Hall. No, not that. There we go. The Ruins of Kosh Hall, and I'll swap the visuals over. Here we go. We have the Ruins of Kosh Hall here. As you can see, it's just basically like any other dungeon. I've looked at it before, but in this, but I haven't looked at it enough to know if there's anything different. This is the start. It's where we fell down. Oh. There's this little pillar room down there, which is kind of interesting. There's probably quest markers in here as well, but there's no one to give you quests to go here. So, I don't think there would actually be any way to get here unless it's on foot. Or you cheat and have all the areas appear. Yeah, there's a quest. That was a quest marker there. So. But yeah, it's just a dungeon like any other. Interesting. Lots and lots of stuff. Yeah. It's basically like any other Daggerfall dungeon. It's just got stuff everywhere. Lots of rooms floating off in the void. Twisty corridors all over the place. There is this room with the 2 thrones in it. There's that room with a fountain in it. There's a room with some cages. There's a room with some statues in it. Room with a statue in it. Torture rooms. All the usual stuff, really. So, yep. That's the Ruins of Kosh Hall. I'll just swap the capture back over. Okay, well that's about all that there is to show about that. It's an interesting thing. Just the dungeon. That's all that's on this island. That's the only thing here. You can see there's no homes, there's no towns, there's no temples. Just that one dungeon. That's all there is. And the whole island is offset from what the map shows. Anyway, next thing, which I wanted to have a look at, is actually down here. I have actually looked at this before in Unity. This is going to possibly require... This is a bit of explanation. Okay. In the story of Daggerfall... Before Daggerfall begins, King Lysandus is involved in a war between... who is it between? I think it's between Wayrest and Daggerfall? No, Sentinel. The armies, between the armies of Sentinel and the armies of Daggerfall. And the battle takes place in a place called Cringane Field, which is in Anticlair, apparently. The province of Anticlair, which is on the map here. I don't know where it's supposed to be specifically in here. There's no place called Cringane Fields. And also there's 2 other places, apparently. Yeorth Burrowland, which is, as far as I know, not a place on the map. And the Ravenian Forest, which is not a place either. But yeah, interestingly though, on the UESP wiki, it mentions that the Yeorth Burrowlands in the politic.pac game files has a coordinates. However, the coordinates place the borders between Daggerfall and the Dragontown Mountains, nowhere near Anticlair. And it says, it is not known if anything exists in-game at these coordinates. Well, I'm going to have a look there. I have looked there previously in Unity. There is nothing there. As far as I remember, it's here. I might have to go into Unity and I'll swap the capture over if I need to see exactly, but we should just have to head west from here to the border. So I'll put on speed again and we'll head over there quickly. It's easier to go from Dragontail Mountains than from the Daggerfall side because there's things closer by to start from. I don't suspect there to be anything there. I think it's just, I don't know. What? It's just a thing. Just a bug in Daggerfall. Worth checking out? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's interests me enough to go check it. So you're all in for the ride for the sake of my own curiosity. Way. We should know when we get to the border because Daggerfall is a desert, unlike the Dragontail Mountains, which is this sort of rocky, I suppose, piney forest area. I'm getting tired. Never tiring holy tone. Bring me back my fatigue. Thank you. What was that one crypt again? The crypt which was broken. It was the crypt of Standanius. Standanius, I believe. And it's in Anticlair. I think it's in Anticlair. Let me have a look. Let's have a look at modeling. It's not showing up. In Google it, the first links are me. I do have a video on it. Anticlair. The Stadanius. Sorry. Not Standanius. Stadanius. Stadanius. So. I think when I did that video I had a bit of a cold coming on, so I'd be coughing a fair bit during it. My apologies. It's quite unfortunate. But... are we there yet? I'm at down there. Oh, we're actually over the border. I went too far. Let's start again. And I'll try to pay more attention. I expected the terrain to actually change. 14. Enemies nearby. You can't catch me. I'm super fast. So fast, in fact, that I actually travelled a lot further than I intended. Some Grimmeth link came up too. Ah, yes! Yes. Grimmeth is the YouTuber I watched who came across the dungeon first. I do recommend him. He plays a lot of Daggerfall. He grew up with the game, and he has quite a few entertaining playthroughs to watch. Oh, he's got his own way. Right. No. Come on. We're at... Where are we? There. Okay. So we've got a little bit further to travel. I actually travelled over it, so that's probably meaning chances are there's nothing there. If I didn't notice anything. Okay, we're just at the border. Travel there normal speed. No, thank you. We should be there. Nearly. Just shuffle over sideways a bit. I think we're across the border now. Am I in Daggerfall? It says that I am. It's kind of weird because it's saying that I'm over the border here, but on here it's saying I'm just over the border. Like, the border lines don't match up. Where am I? I'm in Daggerfall. Okay. Well, let's travel this way a bit more. I don't have a way to actually check my coordinates. If I look at this, I have a coordinates there, but I think that's for quests. And, I should be able to scroll through that, but I can't. Okay. Am I in Dragontail Mountains? I'm in Daggerfall. How far would I have to go to be in Dragontail Mountains? Daggerfall. Dragontail Mountains. Daggerfall. 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 Dragontail Mountains. Daggerfall. So the border's just here. Oh. Well, there's a bit of a weird landscape. Ooh. Why is that doing that? What's that look like during the day? Oh, enemies. Everyone's sending assassins after me and all that. But they're unhappy with my decisions. Oh, that's just a ranger. They're just scouting around. And I butchered them. Missing texture? Yeah, possibly. Come on. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it seems to be a missing texture. Kind of. Yeah. Ooh, weird. Is that what I'm looking for? No. Back from Dragontail Mountains. Well, that's the border, right there. I don't... As I said, I can't tell exactly my coordinates in the game. And it's a lot harder to do that. I mean, as you can see, these numbers here change as I move. But they're not the same as the numbers which I'm actually... And you can see that one goes lower, apparently, up when I jump. So that's Z. That one moves like that. That one, the other one moves like that. So apparently they are X, Y, Z or coordinates, but they're not the coordinates which I'm looking at for the location of this Yeorth Burrowland, which is at 736,495 and 737,495. So that is apparently... What shape would that be? That'd be like 2 squares tall, 1 square wide. Yeah. I mean, Back from Dragontail Mountains. I gotta open up Daggerfall Unity. Let's see, where is it? Oh, right, yes. Can't I just teleport to the coordinates? I don't know. I don't think you can in Daggerfall. Unity, I believe you can, but I tried to and I didn't have any luck with the command. So, I just ended up traveling there on foot again. Come on. Open up Unity. Okay, there we go. Oh, I opened up 2 of them. Oh hum. Okay. Play. Okay, I'll just switch over to Daggerfall Unity. Go. Load. And I did go there previously off stream, so I am right there. And this is the location. Oh, hello, bat. Yeah, I can see there's an enemy nearby. Sound is turned off for Unity. Just... Come on. Ah. This is also Nazrin Jabiri. Level 2. But anyway. If we... I was actually using cheats on this one, and I think I have to activate them again. Let me just see. Where was it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, hang on. Actually, you can just check it in Daggerfall Unity, can't you? Bring up the console. Help. Yes, okay. And we can do... where is it? Set. Run speed. I think I found that 600 was a good number. And we'll also set jump. To like, I don't know, 200? There we go. If I jump. Whee! We get a good we get a good view of the landscape. And I believe, if I can get my coordinates from somewhere, I think that might actually be a bit too powerful of a jump. I'm gonna put it down to 100. I think we hit the roof of the world there. Oh, hang on, also. I better put on God mode. Otherwise, I'm not gonna stick the landing. Okay. Right. I think we go to V. You can see I'm actually over here. I want to go over to... Yeah, there! Switch to Yeorth Burrowland region. That's actually interesting. It actually does come up on the map there. Yeorth Burrowland region. Yeorth Burrowland. I didn't actually expect that. So it is actually reading it as a at its own location. There's nothing there, but I'm actually like zoomed in on another province there. But there's nothing there, so I can't actually move to any of these because these are outside of the province. But it's sort of errored because I moved into a province where there's nothing. I did actually expect that to be there. Yeah, the Burland region. Oh, it's also up there. Yes, Burland. Yeorth Burrowland. Interesting. Because you can do that in Unity. You can go across like that. Where was it? I think it was over here, wasn't it? Yeah. So if we go down, it's like here. Yeah, there. We'll just travel over here. No, it's raining. West. We'll just zoom over there. Ow. Watch the rain fall. Okay, there we go. Much faster. If I'm in there, it should come up with Yeorth Burrowland. Let's see. V. We are there, so we actually have to travel north a bit? Are we there yet? It says that I'm there. I am in... Okay, well, I apparently am there. I am in %sign CN square bracket null MCP square bracket. Okay. Well, there is something there. Interesting. Obviously, the game doesn't really know what to do with me being in this area. But that's in Unity. I don't know whether it would do anything in Daggerfall. Maybe. Though, as I said, finding the exact location base Daggerfall is kind of going to be a pain. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go back over to base Daggerfall. And we're in Daggerfall. So I was able to see it on the map, actually. If I zoom in... the thing is, I can't, like... You can't move the map down in Daggerfall base. There's no arrows here. And the map actually stops you from looking too close to the borders. Like, if I zoom in here, right, I can see the Silver Mug Inn. But that's actually there, so I can't see all this. And what I'm looking for is over here. And the mouse doesn't actually let me go over the square either, so I can't actually see. If there's something if I moused over it. I don't think so, because it's not like Unity where you can swap province by clicking on them. Yeah, so if I play IMAT, I'm all the way up there, actually. I'm too far north. Okay. Well. Actually, if I'm too far north, let's just go... Again, major problem. I can't select that town there because the mouse won't align with it. Okay, we'll go to the old Butcher shack. And from here, I need to go northeast, like that direction. Southeast. There's actually more there than I was expecting. I was actually expecting there to be absolutely nothing. For the game to just be like... Rawr. But apparently in Unity it does read it wrong. I haven't played Arcanum. There's some weird unmarked stuff on their giant map. I have played Arcanum. Not seriously. Do I own the full version of Arcanum? I used to play the demo when it came out. That was interesting because the entire map was available in the demo if you moved yourself around the edges of the river. You could get out of the start area and walk around the entire map, but there was nothing there. If you went to the where the main city was, there's just nothing. But yeah, that's got a... I believe the entire map is actually walkable in that. But most of it's just nothing in it. As far as I know. I do like that game's concept. Daggerfall. But I think magic in it is overpowering, and if you're a mage, you just beat technology hands down. It's vastness of nothing. It's a great game and a great story in Arcanum. I always liked the character creation in Arcanum. You had all these backstories you could have, like raised by snake charmers and escaped from an asylum and... Okay, I think we're in Dragontail Mountains now. Yeorth Burrowland! Hey, look at that! We're in the Yeorth Burrowland. It's 1722 on Turdus. The eyes of the law of Yeorth Burrowland, you are a common citizen. So, there is actually a You can tell the music changes as well when we go in here. So we're actually able to go into the region here. Different climate and everything. How far north do I have to go before I go back into the Dragontail Mountains? I wasn't actually expecting that to happen. Dragontail Mountains. So if I go south again, Dragontail Mountains. I think there? Yep. So it's about here. And how much further south? I don't think... I can't really... Can't zoom in on it. I can't see... I'm at... Yeah. I can't... Like, I know I'm there. But... You know, the game's not letting me, like... Obviously, I don't think there's going to be anything here. It's just a little region which is... misplaced in the Daggerfall world. Yeorth Burrowland. It makes me wonder whether there's actually a place called Kringane Fields, because I would have thought there would be, because it's kind of important to the plot, but... I mean, the USP wiki doesn't say anything about it, like a location for it, so... I don't know. Perhaps there isn't. I'm not really one for going in, diving into the game's code to find stuff. I wouldn't know where to begin. So... But yep. Yeorth Burrowland. Hey, look. Actually a location in the Daggerfall world. Okay. There's one other thing I'd like to check. This is going on for nearly an hour, but... whatever. And it is over here, in Tigonus. Oh! Apparently Daggerfall doesn't like me trying to travel from Yeorth Burrowland. It just crashed. I was actually expecting whether something like that would happen. Good thing I saved. First crash. I haven't actually had too many crashes playing this. I think I had like 2 or 3 overall. Please let me load. Nope. We're gonna have to start from somewhere else. It doesn't like me loading into the Yeorth Burrowland either. Okay. But it doesn't matter. But there was something there. We want to go to Tigonus. And we want to go to the Silverbird pub. And we will, again, super speed. And what's the time? 1:32. We'll wait 9 hours. Damn it, enemies, leave me alone. I'm just trying to sleep. Got things to do. Sights to see. Now, this is another thing which is listed on the UESP wiki. And, in fact, I'll actually bring something up. I couldn't load because I saved in that location. Yeah! Looking back on it, I suppose I should have expected it. But I suppose, since it said Yeorth Burrowland, I suppose maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. If I bring this up, it should be visible. This is the height map for Daggerfall. And you might already be able to see what I will be looking at here. If I just expand this out. You'll be able to see something odd here. I can't point at this on the map, but... no, my cursor doesn't show up. But... we have... Oh, I'm moving the screen around behind it. Okay, let me just... How to do... There we go, okay. You can see in the middle here, this little horn. This is Sentinel. Over here is Tigonus, or whatever it is, where we are. And you see that white dot there. That is a area of very high elevation. And I believe it's actually the highest elevation in the entirety of Daggerfall. Even the mountains don't get that high. Like over there, there's a bright spot, but there's like that white dot there, or close to white dot, right there on the coast. And so I'm going to go and have a look at that. I've, again, been there in Daggerfall Unity, and it shows up there. But we'll be going there in Daggerfall Base, because I've tried to go there before, but I'm not sure whether I actually got there or not. Because I saw something, but I wasn't actually able to tell whether I was there or not. Where is it? Buoyancy. There we go. A huge wall? Well, it's a height map, so it would be a large mountain. Just like a large lump. But I don't know whether Daggerfall would actually... base Daggerfall would show that, because... Well, we'll see it in Unity, but I first want to see it in Daggerfall base. The last time I tried to go here, the reason why I wasn't sure whether I got there or not was because I actually went there without cheats, and I had to walk there, or run there using base game speed. I don't know how long it took me. 10-15 minutes perhaps. This was a little while ago. Before I started streaming, but... Come on. Are we there yet? Like a kid impatient to get to, like, park or something, or the beach. Find. There's no places yet. Yeah. I'm at... There. I'm actually off the map. I actually went in the wrong direction. I'm gonna have to actually look at and figure out which direction I need to go to, because I went the wrong way. I apologize. It's hard to miss these things. That sounds like a funny thing to say, but Daggerfall is so freaking massive. Okay. Right. It's like where that blue dot is, which is actually a lake. So if we... It's like here. Or there, or there. So if we go to Silverbird Pub, actually going west was not good enough. We have to go southwest. As I said, I don't know what base Daggerfall will show there, because the way Daggerfall Base and Daggerfall Unity read the height map is different. Well, here's something. This is kind of what I found beforehand, but I wasn't sure whether it was actually the thing or not. It's this just large, like, elevation of land. I suppose this is it. It's this large lump. This is certainly kind of odd to come across in Daggerfall. Wait. I think we're there. No, not Cybiades. I'm at... Yeah. Oh, I think this is actually it. If I go further south-west, we won't come across anything else, will we? No, it just seems to go into the ocean. So you just go, and then there's this massive hill here. Oh, yeah, I think that's proof that... I think that's proof that this is actually the bug. This is the very high pixel. Feel weird. Anyway, it's interesting. Let's go over to Daggerfall Unity. Nice window capture. Come on. Oh, have I got... I've got too many things open again. Close that. And now can I? No, I need to open a window? Probably. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're in Daggerfall Unity. And if I go here, Silverbird Pub. You have a mod for Daggerfall Unity that greatly tweaks the height back to make the world look realistic with hills and mountains. I just wonder how fucked up that one spot will be. Well, we'll see shortly. We have to go southwest. I mean, you can already see it in the back, in the distance there. We'll wait for a bit. What's the time? 23. So we'll wait like 14 hours. But you can already see it looming in the distance there. Enemies nearby. Yeah, thanks. Oh, it's a bear! Get out of here. I don't have sound on for Daggerfall Unity, so... Well, do I... Can I change that? Let's see. Mixer... Yeah, I've turned the sound off. So we'll turn the sound off for base Daggerfall. Turn the sound on for Daggerfall Unity. There we go. And we can hear the meows as Nazarene Jabiri attacks things. 7. Okay. There we go. And yeah, you can see this here. It kinda sticks out. This is nowhere near what it's like in a base Daggerfall. You have to actually climb up it. You can jump up it. Oh! It's like mountain climbing. As I said, I have looked at this previously. Get up, and there's a massive plateau. Oh, bugger. I ran! I was too fast. No! I'm flying across the landscape. First by 600 speed. Oof. Where are we? Tigonus. Okay, well, we'll just get back there. Oh! Hello, house. This is a good way to travel in Daggerfall Unity. Just high speed and you just jump over everything and see it all fly away behind you. And yeah, this is kind of what I expected to see in base Daggerfall, but this is more like what it would look like in Morrowind, I suppose. The tool, if you imagine raising and lowering the ground in, say, what's it called? The Elder Scrolls Creative Kit, and in Morrowind you have there you go, you get to see it, this large circle with all these trees on it, and there's nothing up here. Oof, my speed. Oh, there we go, see? A large flat area, very high up. There's nothing here, there's no dungeon on top of here or anything like that. I always wonder what these things are. I suppose they're supposed to be like spider eggs or something. Whee! Oh, yep. I wish a dungeon was up here. I know! It kind of feels like a bit of a disappointment when you get up here. It's just like this massive mountain or this massive, like, elevation, and there's nothing there. I mean, the Daggerfall base one is kind of the same. It's a bit more disappointing because it's just a really lumpy area. But in Daggerfall Unity, it looks more like what you'd expect. A large pillar of rock, a large pillar of land with a flat on the top. That's the mountain where Numidium is waiting for the Underkin to get his tiny baby burrito. It does look like a baby burrito. I don't know what the totem of Tiber Septim is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like Tiber Septim's face or something on it? I know, I've seen it described as being like a big cigar. Anyway. That's the big mountain in Tigonus. Yay! And unlike the other ones, this shouldn't crash if I saved here. But this is Unity, so... is there anything else? That's about it that I know, really. As I said, I don't think there's any area in here for The what's it called? The Kringane Fields. Don't even know where they would be. It doesn't actually give a description of where that is. It's just sort of, you know, south of Anticlair or something, or like an area of Anticlair. It's a reminder of the bad shit he did with Baron's Ire. You mean the mountain or the totem? I mean, the totem wasn't Ural Set. No, wait, it was. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was confused. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What else can we have a look at? No, we'll just have a look at one other thing. If we go over here to Tunkart, and we go, we can see here. Whoop! We can see as I fly over the lake. There is a lake here, funnily enough. This isn't anything anything weird or odd. This is just a nice area, I think. It's got a little lake, and if we go over there, we will come across. Where is it? Well, there's a town. I think it's up here. Oh. Where is it? There it is. Over there, you can see a house. Those of you who have played Daggerfall or have been following the series or know a bit about it will probably know what this is. This is Lord Woodbourne's Hall. So you can see it's actually, it's got a nice lake. It's kind of in a nice little area. I mean, you know, relative to everything else in Daggerfall. It's still in the middle of nowhere with no road leading to it. But anyway. Anything else? I don't know. Let's see what Shedungeon's like. Can I actually go to Shedungeon? I haven't actually been there yet. In Arcanum, roads and railroads disappear outside of cities. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. They're supposed to be like the railroads are connecting to different towns, and then it's just like, nah, it just ends. Because the wilderness is just forest. I've only been to Woodbourne Hall once. I've only been there once in my playthrough, and frankly, that's all that I want to be there for. It wasn't too bad. Not like Castle Sentinel. Let's go here. Just for the hell of it. Because I'm interested in this odd area. Wow. Where is it? Ephesus. Ow. It's just a mountain sea area. The landscape is a lot more interesting to look at in a Daggerfall Unity, because you've got these little hills and all that. But it's still empty. So, I think it looks nicer than Daggerfall, though it is lacking the sort of lumpiness to the terrain. It's a lot more gradual, sloping, which looks a bit more more natural. But yes. Use a console command. Oh yes, there is a command for that. Help. It's only temporary too, I believe. Show... No. Map. Reveal all locations. Nope, I spelled it wrong. Oh, it's not reveal all, it's just reveal locations. Map. Reveal locations. There we go. Toggle map 1. Now that I've completed Daggerfall, what's next? I don't know. I have some games in mind, but I mean, I do plan to do Morrowind at some point, but I don't know whether I'd start that right after doing this. Yeah, we can see all the dungeons here. Even this tiny area has got so many freaking dungeons in it. Look at that. Stronghold of Nesh, the Grave of Morhorn, Tower of Kikchen, Castle Blegthur, Grektun Tower. Let's have a look at Grektun Tower. Is this going to be a tower, or is this going to be a lump of the ground? Oh, it's actually a tower. Some of the dungeons actually have nice little castles around them. Hills and Mountain mods adds a lot to the tedious travel mod, which gets you into random combat and lets you stumble across towns and dungeons and stuff potentially. I think one of the things I would like to see done with Daggerfall would be, Daggerfall Unity that is, would be a mod which adds roads between major towns, like paved roads on the ground between major towns. Like dirt roads between smaller towns and all that, just so that you can follow them. They could just be in straight lines from the town or whatever, but I don't know how they do that. Just like paint the landscape between here and the nearest thing or something. Oh yeah, here's a castle. I have some nice exteriors, but there's no real point to them. You just go into them and then you just forget about them. I hate my life, I could do Battlespire. I don't actually own Battlespire or Redguard. I don't really think I would do either of them. I don't know. I've heard terrible things about, not terrible things, but I've heard, yes, tedious things about Battlespire. And Redguard is an adventure game, and it's not really the type of thing which I want to play, considering the Elder Scrolls. Main draw for tedious travel to me is that it means I have to plan out long trips by going from town to town, locations you might never see otherwise due to the instant fast travel. Yeah, I mean, sure, I can understand wanting to travel the map without fast travel, though Daggerfall, I see it as kind of a necessity. I mean, if there was more to see while you're wandering around the map, then I would be more willing to go from place to place on foot. As it is, there's no real reason to go on foot from one town to another, because there's nothing really in between. You're not going to gain anything from it other than just wasting time. I mean, the landscape's nice to see, but the landscape, again, is sort of... Even in base Daggerfall, it's just lumpy. What are we doing here? Oh yes, this is a dungeon. You can see, actually, again, Daggerfall Unity shows this different. If you remember when I was here, it was very lumpy outside of the area, but Daggerfall Unity smooths it out a lot. Oh. Just in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why they chose this spot in particular. Who knows? Anything else? See this lake, the Kingsley Graveyard. Yeah, there's a lake there. Whoa! I mean, you could do like fishing in the lake, maybe, in a mod for Unity. In all my testing has been mostly right around Gothway Garden. I haven't stumbled upon any dungeon where it's traveling between locations. I mean, let's fly across the landscape here for a bit, and you can sort of see. We might see something. We're just heading straight west. But if there's like a dungeon here, there could be one of those little lumps somewhere for the entrance to a dungeon, but you wouldn't know it. There's no like torches outside of it to show it off. You might see a village because, ooh, there's a lump. There's a mountain over there. Let's go over there. Was like there. But other than that, it's, you know, the villagers show up because there's actually lights in the houses, but yay, it's a hill. Whee. mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to put people off exploring if they want to. That's perfectly fine. And indeed, I've done a bit of that myself. Like, I think there's a town over there. Yeah, here's a little village. You can see the lights and all that. I mean, it shows up in Unity a bit better than in Daggerfall base. Also because the dead giant hostel. Lovely. So here's a little village. Some houses, a lot of pigs. Oh. We see any other places around here? Look at that. Just sitting there in the middle of nowhere. This little square of villages. Little square of houses. Oh. It's like I have the scroll of Icarian flight. And I've solved the one floor of it. There's another thing. There it goes. I think that was a farm. I mean, Daggerfall could do, like, something which kind of bugs me sometimes about fantasy games. That's another one. Where, provinces and all that don't really have enough infrastructure to support them. There aren't any glitch dungeons, are there? I wouldn't know. I don't know of any other glitch dungeons. I would have to come across them myself, or someone else would have to find them and point them out to me. So, I would do a video on them if I knew, but only the Cryptostandanius is the one which I know. Which is broken like that. I don't have a torch. I believe I do in my inventory. Probably. I think the game gives you torches. Yeah. I light the torch. Yay, torch. It's not much use when I'm all the way up in the air like this. I'm leaping across the battlefield. Leaping across the map. There's a dungeon. Or is that a little shack? Oh well, we've lost it now. There's another farm. I think there's something over there too. So. Yep. Hello. The laughing dog pub that was. We're not stopping there. I think there was another place over there. Where are we on the map anyway? Oh, we're over here. So we've travelled a fair distance. Like, where was it? Somewhere over here. Over there. That must have been that mountainous area we saw. Anything else? Not really. We can go to Phrygius. That's where we spent all of our time in base Daggerfall. Hey, it's Phrygius. I rather like this town, actually. The layout of it was quite useful. Had the, what's it called? The shop circle right in the center of town. It had a tavern, the Devil's Dungeon there. Mage's Guild was over there. There's a palace over there. But yeah. It was all rather close together. I don't know whether the quality of the I don't think the quality of the shops were anything special, but out of here. I still got my torch on. I doused the torch. Hello. Is there anyone inside the palace? Kind of palace. Hello. No, I'm not going to do any job. I need help. Why won't someone help me? This is the palace. I believe the ruler of Phrygius is a baron. So, it's not, you know, a king. And I don't think they actually even have a name. These are just people. Morgabith Ashton. And who are you down here? You saw your gear house. They're just people. They got the same portrait even. Where are we now? We're back in Phrygius. I was leaping across the Rothgarian mountains and I decided to travel to Phrygius. Just because it's where I was spending most of my time in playing base Daggerfall. You can see the town here. Graveyard there. The massive draw distance of Daggerfall Unity. Really does give you a sense of scale of the game. Huh. Now, if we go to the border, I suppose we could do that. I mean, what's the point? You go to the border, you just hit an invisible wall in Unity. I think the same happens in base Daggerfall. There's no message like, you know, you can't go any further. It's just, nah. Stop. How do I leap like that? Cheats. Ooh, there's a farm. In Daggerfall Unity, you bring up the console by pressing Tidal, and you can put in help, and it will bring up a list of all the commands, and you go to like set jump speed. Default is 8. I have it at 100 at the moment, and set run speed -1 return to default speed. I have it at 600 at the moment. Note that it says run speed. If I walk, it's the normal speed, but when you press shift, you'll be really fast. So, there we go. Oh, there's another town over there. And all that. So, whee! That was all path. But yeah, I will probably call it there for this. I've been going on for longer than I was planning. But I showed off the 3 things what I wanted to. They're just curiosities in the game world. So, yes. We saw Cybiades, an island with only 1 dungeon on it. You can't get there normally. We saw the Yeorth Burrowland, which actually turned out to be more than I thought it was. I went there beforehand, and I didn't find anything, but I didn't actually check my location using I, so I missed that it actually pops up like that. I mean, in Unity it just came up with gibberish, but in base Daggerfall it actually said Yeorth Burrowland. Though don't save or load there, or try to fast travel from there if you go there yourself, because the game will crash. In base Daggerfall. Unity is fine with it, it just doesn't have a name for it. So... and we also saw the massive hill near Tigonus, which is over here, which is a very high peak. And in base Daggerfall it's just really lumpy ground, and in Daggerfall Unity it's a massive mountain with a flat top. Nothing else there. Something of interest. Yeah. If I do something else, I don't know. There's the entrance to the Mantalon Crux, but other people have done that. That's over here somewhere, I think. In base Daggerfall, and in Daggerfall Unity, I assume, when you have a ship, you actually teleport from where you use it over to here, where the ship is actually located on the map. And the Mantalon Crux, I believe, is northeast of it. And it's just like this little lump in the ground. It's a dungeon entrance. If you go in there, you'll go into the Mantalon Crux. You can finish the game quite a bit earlier than you normally would that way. But, yeah. Anyway, that will do it. Thank you very much for joining me. And I hope to see you next time. I will stop the recording here.